morning, my little seedlings. Chris here, the Country Cottage Gardener. I'll welcome you back to another video. Just going to wait for these cars to go past, which are probably going to be the only cars we're going to see all day, because I'm out in a beautiful part of the countryside today. I'm actually on a job. I'm going to be filming putting in a gate. I haven't done a gate video for a while, I don't think. I've done Tooth Farm last year, but this one is a hockey stick or a yeoman gate. 5-bar gate. Anyway, ooh, let's choke, that's not the dreaded. Let's swing the camera around, you can have a little look and we'll chat about the job along the way as well. Right, now you might be wondering why I'm digging a hole next to the concrete. It might seem fruitless, but in the long run it makes the job easier, believe it or not. Although I've got the concrete breaker, if you've got a concrete breaker and you've hit a huge mass of concrete and there's no void underneath it, you're just going to keep bouncing it, and it's not going to do anything. But if you've got a hole next to it, a void, and you're hitting the concrete, you can collapse into that hole, therefore making it easier. And of course, you dig a hole, you collapse the concrete into the hole, you collapse the post into where the old concrete was, and once you've got that out, the other three sides should be easy sailing. But at the moment, as you can see, I've got a huge flint and sticky red clay mixed in with chalk. We've got everything we don't like, even mixed in with this hedgerow roots as well. Yay! So that's only half the battle. Getting that post out. Because the posts going in are bigger, I've got to break out the concrete the other side yet. Hopefully that'll be easier. There you go. Surprising how clean these sides are when you get them out. It's just that couple of inches at the bottom which will give it a bit of grief. Doesn't take a lot for it to collapse in and just binds up between the old concrete and some dust. Anyway, I deserve a coffee after that. Whew. Right, so I've got the old gate here as reference, which is kind of irrelevant really, because this was set in the ground differently. They had more posts sticking up in the air than was in the ground, and it's a longer post. It's irrelevant, we can't use this as a template. So if we were doing a gate post or a wall plate, say, for a fence, and we're putting like for like in, yeah, you could, but this isn't like for like anymore. This is completely different. So what I've done is I've taken the measurements from the hole, which is 31 inches. I've marked that on the bottom. I've offered the gate up. We've got a couple of inches at the bottom. So we've got 3 inches at the bottom there. So what we can do is have a look at the old post and just see what the clearance was from the old post to make sure there is enough for the new gate, if that makes sense. So we do that by looking at the old concrete marks to the hinge point, which is about 9 inches, and on ours is 11 inches. Because it's the same height as the old gate, we should be good. Right, so that's that done there. So next, I'm actually going to use a spade bit rather than one of these augers, because you want this one to be this one here to be really rather tight. So because we hammer that one home, I'm going to use a normal spade bit in the drill, and then you go shallower, smaller hole. So these are my spade bits. Ouch. Got my leg on chicken wire. Right. Ow. Did it again. Get. Right, so these are the spade bits. I think I'll probably go for a 13 on this, because it's smaller, and then you get to really whack it home with the sledgehammer. You don't have to do a French accent, but it helps. Right. So what we want to measure is the depth on here, which is 12 mil. 12 mil, what am I on about? 12 centimetres. So that is nearly that is the depth of my drill bit. Put pin right there under my face. Right. Right, let's give it a proper whack. That's 4 inches. That's a little bit off 4 inches, but we can adjust this hinge on here. So I'm going to leave it at that and just edge on the side of caution for the time being. Let's get this gate off and get. This is going to be a size 32, I think these are. Let's take this off. Right. Washer back on, bolt, spanner, it won't pull it out. So we've got our 2 pins there, got 2 fixing points. And let's just hope they're in the right place. As you weren't on recording, kind of got it in the hole, offering it up. Spot on there and there. So what I do now is get a bit of the old concrete or flint or whatever, and I'll wedge it in that position. Oh, gone. So I can step away from it. I know it's okay. We're good there. We're good there. I've just left the customer. He was out and about, just checking everything and saying thank yous and all of that. So it's unusual. I'm going to actually finish the video in the van. But there we are. I hope you enjoyed that little video of installing the 5-bar gates. If you've got any questions, drop them below. I know I've done a little bit of commentary as I went with it, but I didn't do a massive amount. The problem is with some of these jobs is you want to crack on, you want to get on with them. I know I started that job I got there at 8:30, and I probably started getting going about 9 o'clock, 10 past, time that you've had a chat and sort of gone over the, you know, what's going to happen and have a little look and got the tools out and whatever. And it's now 10 past 3. So what was that? 6 hours to do that. It took me 2 hours to get that first post out. That was pretty hard going. And I've stopped for lunch and I've had coffees in between and everything today as well. So I haven't done too bad, and doing it solo as well. But even hanging that gate, it was perfectly fine. It was nice and dry, so it wasn't massively heavy, although the posts were. Anyway, finish up the video there. Thank you very much for watching. If you don't already, like, subscribe, all that stuff.